And welcome everyone to another special edition of the ETBU Sportsnet. I'm your host, Kenneth the K-Rock Klein. Of course, I have to introduce myself because it's all part of routines. Speaking of routines, of course, we are pleased to be joined by ETBU women's golfer Emily Watson, who of course was unveiled as our number 5 top 10 individual moment for her performance at the Fall ASC Preview, where she finished with a tie for 4th, 7 strokes off the medalists, and was also a member of the All Preview tournament team as well. So Emily Watson, of course, joins us now. Talking about your fall tournament performance at the Fall ASC Preview, of course, as I said, you finished tied for 4th, was a member of the All Tournament team as well. So just kind of talk about competing in that specific tournament and what was working well for you right from the start.
So kind of going into it, I had basically mind just saying, really it's not the contract for the course, and you're getting to see the kids that you would get to play with at a conference, so you get to see about what they're at and everything. The first day, I just kind of went out and just played my game, just trying to figure out what clicked and what didn't. Then the second day, I went out and everything just clicked right off the bat. Went birdie, was 2 under through like 4 holes. And I was talking to our assistant coach, and he was like, "What's working for you?" And I was like, "Right now, it's my putting. My putting has been what's working." And he said, "Okay, so what we're going to be doing is just trying to get you in close to where you can just putt." And so that's basically what I did for the day. And he was kind of there for most of it. We were able to read most of the putts, and a lot of them just went in, and that's kind of what really clicked for me that day.
Yeah, certainly, and a great performance for you, obviously, and me named to the All Preview tournament team as well. So going back to last year, you were one of 5 players to start this new program at ETBU. Just kind of look back on, what were your expectations going into the first year, now being that it was your freshman year and you were obviously joining a new program?
I didn't really have any expectations, seeing as how I was just coming into a program and it being new. So we didn't really have anything for what we were supposed to accomplish, but our coach definitely set up some expectations for us, just, wanting to get better day in and day out, wanting to be able to compete as a team at every tournament. And I think that we've really built upon that in the past 2 years. We've really been able to see ourselves competing day in and day out with the other teams there, which I think's been really helpful.
Yeah, certainly. So first year you obviously made some big performances, and then obviously this past season, although it was kind of shortened, you were able to check off a bucket list with your first program win as a team. So it took only your second season, but you were finally able to get that. Just talk about the emotions or just the feeling of knowing that for the first time ever you were able to have first place as a team overall.
I mean, it was really nice, to be able to actually say we have finally clicked. We have finally figured out what works. And I think what made it even more awesome was the fact that as a team, 3 of us, well, I think actually 4 of us were in the top 5. So we kind of went back to back to back, which was really cool.
Absolutely. And so obviously, talk about, what got you into golf, to say the least. Just what was it about the game that sort of had an interest in you?
It would kind of have to start with my grandfather. He kind of was a big advocate for it. And just one day out at their house, I was like, "Hey, let's just go hit some golf balls." And there was just something about hitting that first one that just kind of clicked. And I was like, maybe this is something I can do. And then when I got into high school, I just, fell in love with the game. And it's just something I've wanted to continue.
Yeah, and were you able to kind of get some golfing in during all this? Because I feel like with golfers, they sort of have a bit of an advantage over every other athlete because you're obviously playing out on a course, and there's really the best place for social distancing. So were you able to kind of get some work in on your game?
Yes, sir. I mean, it's nice, playing a sport that's outside, because even though they may not be, they have certain regulations that they were doing, we were still able to walk the course and play. I mean, you didn't get to ride in a cart with anybody, and you weren't allowed to like touch the flag sticks. But yes, sir, it's been nice, to play an outside sport where you can still work on your game.
You have any favorite golfer that you like to watch whenever you get a chance to watch these golf tournaments?
Yeah, I mean, I've kind of really like the Jordan Spieth and the Justin Thomas, but I grew up watching Phil Mickelson. There's just something about that left-hand player that I mean, it just strikes interest in a lot of people.
Absolutely, definitely a great golfer to watch. Certainly an all-time great as well. Last question, I guess. Talk about obviously the last season didn't kind of ended abruptly like most spring sports, but just the feeling of knowing that next year you're pretty much returning most everybody, although you're probably going to be gaining new players as well. Just kind of talk about the future of the program from your perspective, and how excited are you to be coming back here, looking for more success for the program?
I'm really excited about like what's like coming up because for the most part, all the girls are staying, and so we've been able to, create that team bond and just to have them come back and bring new girls in and let them know about what we're about and try to build on to what the program is. I mean, it's just there's a lot that will be coming up that I'm really excited about, and I can't wait to get back there.
Absolutely. Well, thanks very much, Emily, for taking your time here. We hope you continue to stay safe through all this. And we wish you the best of luck as we look forward to seeing you back on the golf course real soon for next year.
Thank you so much.
That's Emily Watson, our number 5 individual moment. I'm Kenneth the K-Rock Klein. We'll see you next time for an edition of the ETBU Sportsnet.